Will the Astros have their guy? They went and got a pitcher, a veteran arm with innings on it, 130 strikeouts with Yusei Kikuchi from the Toronto Blue Jays for a straight-up 1-to-1 deal with Jake Bloss. We're going to talk about this, what it means, and does it mean the Astros are done? We'll talk about it on this edition of Locked On Astros.
Jainer Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. You can find me on X at Eric Talkstros. You can find the show at Locked On Astros, your team every day. Thank you for making us part of your everyday listen, whether it's on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to us. Go ahead and make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Go and check out the Locked On Astros podcast, and go and check out Michael Connor with the Locked On Astros postcast as well. Brett will be back later with a post-game show after hopefully the Astros beat the Pirates. But we owed it to y'all to go ahead. I know it's during a game. I know a lot of y'all are watching the Pirates versus Astros right now, but we had to address this, right, Brett? Where can I find you at?
At h-vac on X, Instagram, and TikTok. They can find me Astros for 1-1 on Facebook and on X, and at Back to the Bullpen on X, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Look, I'm always positive, always Astros. I'm positive. I'm not sure I know how to feel about this trade. I like that we got a veteran arm. But I feel like it wasn't necessarily the bargain bin like you like to describe at Walmart with the old like DVDs and stuff, the $5. I don't think he's a $5 bin guy.
It was.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, I think Kikuchi's got potential. I mean, he has 130 strikeouts. He is an innings eater. He is a back end guy. But let me tell you, if this is the only move, Eric, that they make, and if I hear Dana Brown say one more time that getting Justin Verlander and Kyle Tucker back and Luis Garcia is like making a trade, I'm sorry. No, it's not. It is not like making a trade because those guys are supposed to be there. So kill me with that. Come on, man. Like, miss me with those kind of comments. I don't want to hear Lance McCullers' name anymore. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. Eric, what do you think? I mean, 1-for-1. I mean, look, Bloss, 6 years of control. He was a Double-A pitcher like 2 months ago. Now he's a major league pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, so we don't know the exact official trade yet. It has not been made official yet. I know there's a lot of people saying that they know it's Bloss, but we don't know if there's more plus Bloss. So in addition to Bloss. So we know that Jim Bowden was the first one to kind of announce that the Astros are close to acquiring Yusei Kikuchi in a deal that would include Jake Bloss, according to sources. So that's including. So there could be more pieces to this. We don't know. If you're looking at it straight as it is, this is exactly what the Astros need. They need somebody to eat up some innings to save the bullpen a little bit. Will he be a playoff pitcher? Who knows? But if you look at what he did, but if you're looking at his numbers before June 17th, he was having a great year. His FIP was 3.57. His ERA was 3.65. And he was doing pretty good. But on June 17th, he gave up 5 runs, and then it kind of went downhill from there. In his past 7 games, he has a 7.34 ERA. His FIP is a 3.84. His OPS allowed is 802. His on-base percentage is 350. And he's not fooling anybody right now. He's still getting strikeouts. In 34 innings, he's still getting 47 strikeouts. And he's got more strikeouts than innings this year. So I think maybe with a team that's got something to play for in Houston Astros, he can change to maybe become a little bit better pitcher. But Jake Bloss, like you said, he was a 3rd-round pick last year. This was a guy that had a bright future. But if this is all it is, I'm okay with it. But if it becomes more than this, then that's when it's going to be like, holy crap, what did we do?
Well, look, if Taylor Scott can come in and be another starter, he retired the side, struck out all 3 batters in the first inning, came out, had another solid, clean inning. I mean, Hey, I'll do my best Dana Brown impression. Well, Taylor Scott turning into a starter was kind of like
he's grinding out there.
He was kind of like a trade line deal for us because he went from being a guy who pitched 3 days in a row and then a bullpen start to, hey, maybe you should be a starter, which would be crazy, which would be a very Astros thing to do. But with all joking aside, with all joking aside, what you have to hope here is you have to hope that Kikuchi helps you down the road if you get into a big playoff push and all that stuff, more so than a Jake Bloss would. I think the upside is there with Kikuchi. But the thing is, too, Eric, you give up 6 years of control for a half season. This guy's a rental. He's not coming back. Most cases, players don't sign with the team that picks them up. Now, Kikuchi, because he's a little older, because he hasn't had much success, maybe he gives the Astros some sort of a discount to re-sign. Maybe he signs here and turns it around. He's a fan favorite up in Toronto. People love him. People are tweeting pictures of him. They've got the Kikuchi corner apparently up in Toronto. They said they're always going to have it. So they say he's one of the most likable guys, but you know what? I don't care about likable guys. And everybody's mentioning Flaherty now. Look, the price for Flaherty kept climbing. From what I understand, one person I talked to today said that the price continued to go up.
Right.
And Astros were close to a deal, but every time they were like, we like this. They were like, okay, well, what about this? Now, I don't know what those pieces were, but apparently they were asking a king's ransom for Jack Flaherty. And although Jack Flaherty is a solid pickup, I don't know he's worth the ransom they were asking.
And I think that Bob Nightingale was the one that said that the Astros were looking at Flaherty, but they had to pivot once they knew that they couldn't reach a deal. And then you heard that the Yankees were going hard after Flaherty, and he's the ace out there. He is the guy out there. I don't think Crochet is being traded. I think that Crochet made it kind of harder to be traded when he said, well, anybody that trades me, you're going to have to give me a contract or else I won't pitch in October. And when you start doing all that before you even get traded to a team, that's kind of a bad look. But so I think what the Astros had to do was like, okay, who else is out there? I don't think we're going to get Lorenzen. I know he went to a different team, but I don't think we're going to be able to trade with the Angels. The Angels aren't going to trade within the division. Maybe they will. Maybe they still go out and get Tyler Anderson. Tyler Anderson was probably the best of the remaining cheap options, but at the same time, I don't know how cheap he would have been. I know there's some other guys that would have cost you a little bit more, but what this allows you to do is Kikuchi is making $12 million this year. And so it's a prorated $12 million. So this does put you over to the second luxury tax threshold. So the Astros will have to pay that luxury tax, but maybe if they make some type of trade to get rid of like a Montero's contract or find some way to shed a contract, they can go ahead and get underneath it.
I think the social media team needs to get on that. Hey, you want this guy? Maybe show his stats for 2022 and then just say, look, there's not many times you can pay $11 million and get a guy who's won a World Series to join your team. I don't know, man, that would be nice. My thing is, I thought Pedro Leon was going to be coming up soon. And when Dana Brown was saying that, I think they were counting on moving an outfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Chas McCormick was scratched from the game that's going on right now. By the way, it's bottom of the second, 0-0. Paul Skeens has thrown 20 pitches, and he actually gave up a hit to Altuve. Altuve's first at bat, little seeing-eyed single up the middle. But I'm not hearing anything as a way of a package. Everybody keeps asking me, what's the package? Who else is in this deal?
Hopefully this is it, because this is if anything more than this is a gross overpay. This is almost an overpay.
I think the fact that you're getting someone like this, it's someone revisited the Francisco Liriano trade. They're like, the Astros don't have the best track record trading with the Blue Jays. The last time they did something like this, it was Teoscar Hernandez for Francisco.
Well, they went on to go to World Series, I believe, that season, and win it. So
we did, right. But Liriano was not exactly a.
He was a superstar in the bullpen. Come on,
Hold on. Eric is saying Kikuchi World Series confirmed.
Yes. So we'll go and continue this conversation. Who did Chris Gordy say was a big reason why the Astros did not get a trade done? We'll go ahead and continue this conversation next.
This episode is brought to you by SupplyHouse. Go to supplyhouse.com for all your plumbing, HVAC, and electrical product needs. For the skilled tradesman, you need the right parts in the right place. You need the right people to deal with. You shop a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from over 400 top brands and get your order delivered right to your door with fast shipping from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Get expert support and industry-leading service from the friendliest folks in the business where you talk to a real person every single time. Pros in the skilled trades can get a competitive edge by joining SupplyHouse.com's free Trade Master program. Every Trade Master gets access to a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Join the thousands of trade pros already benefiting from their free membership at supplyhouse.com/T-M and order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies from anywhere with just a few clicks at supplyhouse.com. This episode is brought to you by StitchFix.com. You know, the instant confident boost you get when the outfit makes you look really good. Well, that's what Stitch Fix does. With Stitch Fix, you get a stylist who understands your style, your size, and your budget, and they do all the shopping for you. It's the easiest way to update your wardrobe this season. I just give my stylist my size, my style, and my budget preferences. I order boxes when I want, and there's no subscription required. And they send me 5 just for me pieces, plus outfit recommendations, pro styling advice, and so much more. My stylist always sends me just the right pieces, and it's almost like they have style ESP. Well, Stitch Fix makes it easy to do all this and takes all the guesswork out of going to a mall or a store or navigating people. Look, style that makes you feel as good as you look. Get started with StitchFix.com/MLB and get $20 off your first fix. That's StitchFix.com/MLB. Must redeem within 7 days of sign up. Offer does not include kid fixes.
Hey guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Whether it's on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us. Make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts, go and check out the Locked On Astros podcast. And yesterday, Dana Brown said that he wouldn't consider anybody untouchable unless there's somebody down there that's about ready to be called up and ready to contribute at big league level. And according to Chris Gordy today, he heard that AJ Blueball was somebody that a lot of teams were asking about, and Dana Brown kept on saying no about him because he's so close to helping the big league team. So maybe the Astros felt better about what Blueball can offer than Jake Bloss. So maybe with the future, with what he's been doing at AAA, he has more AAA experience. Jake Bloss was kind of rushed up here because of the necessity, but I don't know. We'll see if that matters, but just if this is the only trade and the Astros get Kikuchi, somebody that can get you at least 6 innings, hopefully, when he's on, and you didn't have to give up your top prospects. Yes, if you look at the new MLB pipeline that hasn't come out yet, he was going to shoot up to from number 3 to number 2 in the Astros list. So he is highly regarded. I'm not saying he's not. That's why obviously the Blue Jays wanted him, but the Astros made a choice. They were like, we want to hold on to Melton. We want to hold on to Bryce Matthews. We want to hold on to AJ Blueball. So we'll have to see what happens from here. Do the Astros, I know I see a lot of people in chat saying, let's go out and get Flaherty. There is no way, if the Astros had to pay this just to get Kikuchi, how much is it going to take to get Flaherty? And where everybody's going after him, you've got the Yankees about to throw everything they can at him. And then you got all these other teams. So I don't know. It seems like inflation keeps on rising at the trade deadline.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you've got other clubs that have assets. That's why you see the Orioles going out there making moves. That's why you see 3-team trades. That's why you know, one of the things I haven't heard anything about is Cal Quantrill. Haven't heard anything about him. Blake Snell's apparently on the trading block, and he's been pitching really well lately.
But the Giants have said that they're not going to pay any of the salary. So if you take him,
I
you're going to
wasn't
have to
aware of
take
that.
the entire $25 million for next year as well.
Okay.
He could
All right,
opt out, of course, but
yeah, never mind. Okay, never mind. I thought the Giants were gonna help out with that. But yeah, look, it's just one of those things where at the trade deadline, you really never, I mean, you never know what's going to come out of this. You know, if you'd have told me a month ago that Jazz Chisholm would be a New York Yankee, I would be like, that makes no sense at all. He's there. Right. Nestor Cortez, basically the Yankees have said if they get Flaherty, Nestor Cortez is on the trading block. Now, do you go trade for Nestor Cortez? I mean, not a
He's
great
pitched well
option. He's pitched well here. Not a great option, but he can eat innings. Nasty Nestor would go from the one extreme to the other, from Yankees pinstripes to being a Houston Astro. Wow, he would be hated in the Bronx for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
You know,
I do want to give you some numbers real quick, Brett.
Go ahead.
I know everybody looks at the ERA. The first thing that you see with Kikuchi is the 4.75 ERA he has this year. Yes, that's high, but his expected ERA is 3.98. His FIP is 3.64. His expected FIP is 3.35. Just remember that Toronto's ballpark is not the best ballpark out there. So he's going to a better team, a better ballpark, facing better teams. He's not facing the Yankees and the Orioles and the Red Sox and all these good teams anymore. And then not only that, but you're facing all the NL East teams, the Braves, the Phillies. And so you're facing all these tough talents. So yeah, of course you're going to have a little down year.
You talking about Kikuchi coming? But he's coming here right when we go to our toughest month in August. And I'm just saying, we're like facing those teams now.
Is he have to face Aaron Judge a whole bunch of times?
That's not the point. We've got to face the Phillies. We've got to face, we got to face the Orioles. We got to face some darn good ball clubs out there. Look, the bottom line is this. You have a half season to judge Kikuchi and how well this works. You have about 2 seasons to judge whether or not Bloss letting him go was good or bad for the Astros. Okay. Bloss has got to go out there, and who knows, maybe he pitches his mind out. Maybe he becomes a legend in Toronto. Maybe he becomes just another guy, maybe he's just a guy. And we don't know that, but on the surface, I understand a lot of fans. It's about, what have you done for me lately? Right. So if you have Chaz on the trading block, you can't tell them what happened in the 2022 World Series. You got to look at what he's doing this year. His power numbers are down. His average is down. He's not playing as much. He's not getting as much opportunity. And so how much of a tradable asset has he been? I'm pretty sure clubs have been talking to the Astros about Jake Myers. And it's just one of those things where the Astros still didn't have enough. Maybe they have enough, but they wanted too much of a good thing. Like you talked about, maybe they talked about Bryce. Maybe they talked about DeCenzo. Maybe they wanted Leon. They wanted Bryce. They wanted Melton. They wanted all these people just for Jack Flaherty. And I didn't even think Jack Flaherty's worth that, if I'm being completely honest.
Right. He's a free agent too after the season. But he is the best free agent pitcher out there technically. So I think that it would have been a good option, but the Astros did what they could with what they had. Now, what do they do from here? Do they go out and get another bullpen arm like Dana Brown talked about? Do they go out and get a bat? I know that John Singleton has been holding his own recently, but a lot of people have been asking me today, well, Eric, what about a first baseman? There's some out there, but Andrew Vaughn is a guy that I would, if depending on what it would cost to get him, but he still has years of control. And as we've seen with this trade market, if you want somebody with years of control, it's going to take a lot unless you're willing to take on most of the contract. Like the Mariners just traded for Justin Turner, and they took on the entire contract, and they only gave up one prospect. Granted, Justin Turner's not having a great season, but he's another asset that they're having.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
He's injured a lot. So, I mean, that move doesn't really concern me. But when I saw the Mariners kept making moves, I was like, oh, my gosh. On the broadcast, they just flashed up on the screen Shea Whitcomb and Pedro Leon's numbers, and they are They are unreal in AAA.
You gave me a heart attack, dude. I thought that they're included in a trade. Don't mention prospects when we're talking about trades.
No, God, no. I would have just shut the screen off and gone into my. I would have. No, what's up?
Somebody just said that Rome reported that 2 more prospects are going in the trade.
Are you serious? Let me see. Chandler Rome.
We're watching this. We're learning all this stuff live, just like you are.
Yeah.
So
it's a bonus episode. Let me look. I pulled up Chandler Rome.
Where did you see this?
Who said that? This is
somebody in the chat.
Yeah, this is why we don't always like to take suggestions. There is nothing from Chandler Rome about don't even go there. That's not the case. The man has 64,000 followers almost. He did not say that. I would have seen it. So yeah. But
y'all seen, so
don't worry about it. I'm not seeing it from anybody significant. I'm not gonna trust the chat. Sorry. Michael Schwab. Let me see. Let me check. I know Michael. I'll see what he says. 3 players for Kikuchi.
Okay, I found it. Chandler Rome did say wrong. Wow. 2 more prospects are going.
Dang. Okay, now I'm pissed.
Now, you know what could have happened? Maybe the Blue Jays are paying a majority of the salary to stay underneath the luxury tax threshold.
Oh, wow. 3 players for Kikuchi?
But that still wouldn't. Oh. No, that wouldn't help because they would still have to pay the luxury tax. So even if they're, never mind.
Look, Busta B said, why two projects? Yes, overpay is correct. Oh my gosh, what is going on, man?
Oh man, Bloss was kind of a overpay, but I can understand it. You don't touch any of your upper prospects, but if you have to give up more, that's a lot.
Well, the question is, who the heck is it? No. So prospects, I don't think it's Loperfido. When they say 2 other prospects, 2 other people, I doubt it's someone on the major league roster. It's got to be someone. Either they moved up to AAA or someone they moved up to AA. But man, God, Lord have mercy. What are we doing, Dana Brown? I really hope he can explain this to me like I'm 5 so I can understand it better, because
he's gonna have to address this. But Kikuchi's only 33 years old. He's got a 10.1 strikeouts per 9 inning rate, which is the top 10 in American League. So he does strike out a lot of hitters. I think he wasn't a frontline starter. This is why I said on Twitter, watch us get this guy, or I said this on podcast yesterday, watch us get this guy, because the Astros can't afford anything else. It's like going to, let's go back to the Walmart, and you want to buy Twisters when it comes out. That's the only movie that came to my head. And you're looking for it in the $5 bin. It's not going to be in the $5 bin. And
so here comes Eric's $5 bin.
You're trying to keep on buying Kikuchi or other pitchers like Flaherty and all these other guys for $5. You can't do that. But Kikuchi, he has a high upside. You can buy him for $5. But the
price of Kikuchi is really high.
$15 for him.
Apparently, the price of Kikuchi is really high. So, someone says the Astros should have pivoted back to keeping Bloss and all the years under control. Kikuchi is having a dreadful season. How was he ever on the radar? Awful trade. Man, y'all.
Here's the exact wording from Chandler Rome's article.
Okay.
The Blue Jays' exact return is unknown, but expected to include touted pitching prospect Jake Bloss, who is scratched from start today. Is also expected to include 2 more prospects, according to a league source.
Wow.
So 3 prospects for Kikuchi. And you want Flaherty? How about 5 to 6 prospects for Flaherty? Do you want Scooble? It's gonna take the whole.
Oh, Scooble! No, you're gonna have to sell the whole. You have to sell the state of Texas for that. I mean, okay.
Bye, Corpus Christi.
I don't know what kind of drama. What is all this drama y'all got going on in the chat? Can y'all just stick to the subject? Hey guys, look, I love y'all, but this is not your social media page. Go to Instagram or Facebook and argue, please. Argue with your mom. Please stick to the topic. Just because you're mad at the trade doesn't mean you have to take it out on each other. Come on. Take it out on Dana Brown or someone else. Quit taking out on
Sonny
each other.
Salazar gets it. Brown going to Walmart to buy clearance items at full price.
Oh, man.
So,
Ashworth Craig says it shows you how bad our prospects are. Yeah, but look, I think that we still have guys that will develop into something. Okay.
If it's Milton, if it's Bryce Matthews, if it's one of those guys.
No, there's no way. He's not worth that. There's no way. There's no freaking way. That would make no sense at all. Some people are saying that they're not as upset as most people. And they're kind of holding their judgment. And so I don't know, man. It's definitely interesting. And then if you look at what's going on at the Astros game, I believe it's still tied 0-0. The Astros are holding their own against Skeens. There's a bunch of LSU fans in the building because of Bregman and Paul Skeens.
I hope Pedro Leon was not involved. We don't know any of the other names, so we're not going to really go speculating. But, geez, I hope Pedro Leon.
Right here. Look, Dana Brown pays full price for Dollar Dog.
Well, if you look at the market, if you look at what teams have been paying for relievers, you knew this was going to happen, guys. This is why the Astros.
Look at Joseph. Kikuchi and McCormick to San Francisco for Snell. Montero and Luperfido to Tampa for Yanni Diaz. Dude, let's do it. I like it. I feel better about that. Okay, let's do it. I'll do it.
Okay. So, all right.
This is not official.
Things are not going to happen.
What are your sources? Dude, trust me. Bro, trust me.
Dude, my 4 or 5 beers told me that the sources are right. But
yeah, sources are bro, trust me.
Yeah, so I'm still waiting to see the official, but if it's really 3 prospects in return for this is going to be a little crazy. But Taylor Scott, 3 innings, 4 strikeouts. Props to him. That's a great job for him to go out there, eat up some innings. And we haven't talked about this. Ort was recalled today.
Yeah.
Dubin was sent down. And so I think this was the Astros knew that this trade was going to happen. So this was to get a fresh arm up here. That way they can, I believe that Dubin pitched in yesterday's game or a one-day game this weekend. So this was a way to get a fresh arm open because they knew that they're going to have to do a bullpen game. And so I knew that as soon as Bloss was scratched, I'm like, holy crap, they traded Jake Bloss. So
there you go. Look, man, we just got to keep an eye on it. I'm sitting here trying to watch I'm trying to watch the game and watch the ticker and do the show at the same time. Who else multitask like we do, right, Eric?
Don't forget the Astros also
what?
The Astros are about to make a trade for Justin Verlander, hopefully in about a month, and then they're also going to make a trade for Luis Garcia.
No, those aren't trades.
And then we're going to make a trade for Kyle Tucker.
We established this. Those aren't freaking trades. They're supposed to be on your team. It's not the same thing. It is not the same thing. Brett, the man of many hats. Yes, I am the man of many hats. Thank you so much.
All right. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to. I'm got to go to bed because I have early morning surgery. But I guess the podcast you're gonna do later is gonna be lit. You're gonna find the exact.
It's gonna be fire, bro. It's gonna be fire. All right.
So guys, we know Kikuchi is a member of the Houston Astros. He's a left-handed pitcher. Now you got another left-handed starter that will complement Framber Valdez. Hopefully with a better defense, a better team around him, Kikuchi can develop back into the all-star he was back in. Oh, I do have to say this. I forgot to say this earlier. Back into his all-star form he was in 2021, where he was 7-9 with a 4.41 ERA, but he was an all-star that year, so he must have had a heck of a first half. But
he must have cooled off. He must have gone Wade Miley.
Yeah, but he was 11-6 last year with the 3.86 ERA. But otherwise, he's been a career average 4.72 ERA. That's not great. So his FIP for his career is 4.64. So
are you trying to hold on?
I'm reversing what I did
Are
earlier.
you reading off his stats, trying to be convincing while not being convincing?
Yeah. I looked at
it.
some more stats and I'm like,
Eric's like
if
it
it was Bloss, I was okay with it.
Eric's like the realtor. Eric, you're like the realtor that goes in the house and like, it's like, no, trust me, this house is great. And like you walk into like holes in the wall.
Helps you eat the spiders. That's what the rat's here for.
Don't kill the rat. He's killing the varmints. All right, man. Well, hey, dude.
Right.
Y'all have a good one. Hey guys, show up after the show. I'll be here and it'll be fun and we'll console each other together over the trading blues.
You wanted to trade, you got to trade. Thank you for joining us on another edition of the Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. He is Brett Chancey, and we will see you tomorrow on Go Astros.
But I'll see him tonight.
Okay. Well, I'm not even sure I'll see him tomorrow, but
they'll hear me tomorrow because it'll be tomorrow.
Okay.
If tomorrow is today.